What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another matchup. We had a little rival action in the beginning, and we've got even more rival action now. I'm joined here by the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, Puggles. How you doing tonight, brother?
I'm doing amazing. The season, it's just getting started, and I'm just looking forward to another season Nemesis casting once again. And this time, I think my team, we got a pretty good chance here.
Oh yeah, your team. Which
Yes.
team is your team here? Or you're gonna
Well,
have to remind me.
so I was a bit of a victory or kind of guy, but now I got moved. I left. I went to the only team that was gonna give me a shot this season. That was Origin, and I'm really thankful for that. So now I'm here to get chips and get dubs, and I think both of these teams here today, the Knights and Thunderbirds, they're looking to take dubs and go 2-0 on the season here, merely.
Okay, bold prediction. Well, I guess I'll ask you to just go a little bit further in depth on that, since we already know which team you're gunning for. We know which one you hope will win, but how do you think they're gonna achieve that here? Tell me a little bit about this roster.
All right. Well, I'm going to tell you a little about this Knights roster first. We got Quick Snail, LSM, and Flip 10. This team want to know they beat Whiteout 3-2. They're actually in last place in the Pacific. And then on the other side, we got Thunderbirds. They're also want to know. They also went 3-2 against Kings, so the top of the Central. And you know what? A top player to look out for here is Val, VAL, not to get confused with his counterpart, Vel, also on the same team. He's won quite a few chips, and he's definitely got the experience here for these Thunderbirds guys.
Yeah, I think a little bit of experience would definitely be an understatement on that front. Valen's been multiple grand finals, had quite a few heartbreaks in grand finals, but he's made it there a lot nonetheless. Looking to get another quick start off to the season as we're already underway. Game number 1, more rival action. We got Val on one side of the pitch, Vel on the other. We'll have to see which one can assert dominance. Is it the A or the E? So far, Flip missing the open net, but LSM there to clean it up. And a little bit of confusion there from the Thunderbirds defense.
Yeah, and just a big misread there by Val, and LSM able to put it in. He's also the other standout player. He's the only player on this Knights roster that is won, and that was when last season he was a sub on Hydra. So look for him to really try and make a name for himself this season.
I definitely will. And starting off the bat here, Knights actually with a very impressive win over that Whiteout roster, which, I mean, the Whiteout roster has looked very scary. They start out 0-2, and Quick Snail actually gonna put another one in here quick, already an early 2-0 advantage for Knights.
Yeah, Quick Snail able to just smell the blood in the water there. Has a pretty open net as the last defender there, just unfortunately flipped right by it. And now they're up 2-0, only a minute into this first game, and we really got to see something come out here from the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, so far I'm just seeing a lot of confusion. It really was that double commit on the first goal that led to that one being countered. I didn't really see on that second one what the main issue was, but looks like they're having some issues playing around each other right now. Gonna have to try to sort that out sooner rather than later. Here comes Valence, can't quite get the touch. Vel is back to deal with this clear. Gonna try to get it far, but he pops it high in an awkward spot. He'll be able to get the ball out of their own zone for now. And we'll be able to press. A little bit too much space being given here to the Thunderbirds, as that's high off the top. Valence can't quite find it. I think Steele was going for the bump there, but I don't know if there was really a play to be made there. I mean, the bump was a good attempt, but there wasn't ever really going to be a direct shot coming in on that one. Thunderbirds looking to just get selled here. They've managed to fortify their defenses for now. Trying to play a little bit more carefully. And Knights on the other end look like they're happy with this 2-0 advantage. They're not really pressing too much into the other half, kind of steadying the aggression now that they've gained this small lead. Oh, man. That is not what you want to see. The backflip on the goal line, and Thunderbirds not putting up much resistance here.
Okay, you can blame the Thunderbirds defense all you want, but the three-man passing play coming out from Knights already within the first week of the season, now that is a scary sign of what's to come. This Knights roster, they're feeling it and they're feeling each other. And right now, it's going to be very difficult for this Thunderbirds roster that hasn't had much playtime together since we just started the season. You know, it's going to be tough for them to try and come back against team players out here.
They are having difficulty dealing with that, understandably. But I still want to see some more pressure from them. They did a good job of holding there for a while, but not holding here anymore. Flip in the corner. Once again, I'm not sure exactly what happened here, but another one for the Knights, and they're running all over the Thunderbirds.
Yeah, they really are. Just Val just looked like he was just a second too late to that ball. And Flip, he's going to put on the fourth one as we are just under halfway through the game. And I mean, we really need to see the Thunderbirds try and turn it around, get some offense like you've been saying. But so far, it's been just one touches, and then they're just giving it right up.
There it is again. That one was dangerous. I like the attempt on the pass play there from the Thunderbirds. Trying to coordinate better, but Knights have a beautiful read on it, immediately shutting anything that they want down. Steele getting blocked out as well. Another race to the midfield. Valence will beat out on this one. Tries to get another beat, but won't quite be sent past. Quick Snail opting for the fake, doesn't quite find it. That's an awkward touch. Could give Thunderbirds something to work with if they can get this ball, but Quick Snail just too quick on the pitch. Gonna beat once again. And this 4-0 advantage looking convincing here for the Knights, as 1:30 on the clock, it is doable. But at this point, if you're Thunderbirds, you just have to be trying to play for momentum. You have to be trying to get anything that you can back and stop siphoning goals like you have been. I mean, moving forward, though, what kind of adaptations do you think we can expect to see from the Thunderbirds to try and deal with this solid Knights roster?
You know, we really got to see them play. I'm just going to say it, more defense, just because they're getting scored on. It seems like they want to push for a goal, and it oftentimes leads to them conceding a goal. You know, this time it was an open net. Two other goals were from, you know, the passing play, and there was just one guy back, and he can't deal with three guys passing the ball around. Another time, there was just the one guy sitting in net, and that's when Flip scored. So, you know, you really got to see this Thunderbirds be a little bit more willing to play more defense and maybe try and counterattack instead of, you know, pushing for that goal right away.
Yeah, I can understand that they're trying to push for goals now. 40 seconds left, you're down 5 especially. You kind of just got to send everything out, but it does feel like even from the beginning, they're playing a bit panicked, missing balls. There's Valence once again. That's not a read you'd expect him to miss all that often. You expect him to have a solid handle on those. But with 20 seconds left, it is looking like this game number 1 is going to go to the Knights, who... I mean, we could talk about the Thunderbirds, and they do look a little bit uncoordinated, but Knights are taking pretty much every single opportunity to capitalize on this small advantage. They look coordinated, they're quick, they're getting beats to almost every ball, and they're just hitting every shot exactly where it needs to go, and the other side's back of the net. So far, Knights with an outstanding performance.
Yeah, and they are going to take this game 1 here pretty convincingly, I think, in everyone's mind, but... You know, this Knights roster, after this first game on stream and pushing and taking Whiteout all the way to 5 and taking it, they're looking really good as both of these teams, you know, Knights, they're looking great, and Thunderbirds a little bit to like reorganize here into the next game.
And Vel actually here calling for a new server. It seems like there was some sort of woes on that front. He was at 80 ping, which I don't know what he sits at normally. It seems like... Well, I just kind of assumed he was a West player, because us West players are 100% used to playing on 70, 80 ping. I know being out here in the West, it can be a struggle to play on East servers. And I'm not sure if that maybe affected some things. There were some uncharacteristic whiffs from what looked like the majority of the roster on Thunderbirds. Some balls you would really expect them to be hitting most of the time. Maybe you can partially blame some of that on ping, but I don't think you can blame all of it on ping. At the end of the day, it seemed like there's something that's underneath that's affecting the way they're playing right now. Maybe nerves. It is still early in the season, and coming on stream for the first time can be a bit nerve-wracking sometimes.
Yeah, it really can be, especially if you're like a new player to the league and this is your first time being on a streamed game. Those can definitely be a little nerve-wracking, but I mean, it was just there's a lot of. I don't think you can blame the ping on what happened that last game. It felt like there was a little bit more. There was more of an issue at the core of the team instead of just missing ball touches. It just didn't seem like they were playing together almost.
Have to agree on that front. On the other hand, the Knights playing a very well communicated game of Rocket League. But now we're into a new one. This is new territory, a chance for the Thunderbirds to rebuild. You know, it's not the worst thing to lose with an outstanding lead by the other team in the first game. It can feel much worse if it's the second or third game in a series and you have to play the next game on match point. But here, this is very much recoverable. This is territory that, playing a lot of Rocket League, all these teams are going to be used to. They just have to try to get some momentum back, and that's not exactly how you want to start. LSM, I think he had a pretty decent portion of the net to shoot on. Granted, it was a fairly tough shot, but couldn't get the first touch, and the follow-up not good as well. And that one actually will go on net. I thought that was just going to roll past, but Valence finding the angle, and finally the Thunderbirds get one on net.
It's just an insane angle there. Quick Snail not even ready for it. In a little bit of an odd position too. So, just great capitalization there from Vel. And now, the Knights, they're playing down, but LSM, he's going to get one right back here merely.
And all their hard work for not... just right off the kickoff, Vel couldn't really get anything off the cheat, played the cheat hyper aggressive with the corner boost grab as well, just grants a free net. Sometimes those kickoffs can be avoidable, but I wouldn't say that's necessarily a misplay by any stretch of the imagination from Thunderbirds. It might be a little bit tilting after how the first game went, but you have to try and just take that one on the chin, keep moving, and keep trying to press towards some sort of advantage. Vale getting a very close encounter there, but has trust in his mechanics. I like to see that from him. When you start whiffing a bunch, it can get a little bit awkward. Actually, there's a rare miss from LSM. LSM has been all over the Thunderbirds, but has a momentary lapse in mechanics. On the other end, Steel just trying to keep this at bay. Quick Snail can't get the touch. LSM can, but that one's going to barely be off target. Tried to take advantage of some poor positioning by the other team, but won't quite come through. LSM to Quick Snail trying to get out, but now this pressure from Thunderbirds is coming through. Vel can't get the shot on net. They're coming so close. But other than that one double touch at the beginning, a very unexpected play, Thunderbirds still haven't really been able to find anything here in Game 2.
No, they really only had that, that first goal here in early, but ever since then, the Knights defense, they've gotten stronger, they've stopped the bleeding, and they got the one right after the kickoff as well. So, the momentum definitely in the Knights' favor, but Thunderbirds, if they get a good attack going, I think they can easily score on this Knights roster.
This feels like a crucial point in the series, especially for the Thunderbirds. If they go down here, it can get even tougher to regain mental fortitude, but if they can press an advantage, then they have something to work with. They just have to try to find a way through. They've been having a little bit more success. It's all about turning that success and pressure into success into goals. That's not the best touch towards the midfield, but LSM, he's been all around the pitch, still staying on it. This one will sneak past, but should be control here for the Thunderbirds. Actually, Vel will get beat out. Vale manages to get the touch out, and it's sent right back. Vel trying to get off the backboard, but another huge clear, and every time Thunderbirds try to push for something, Knights seem to take it away. That was not the best touch there, though. Flip will try to get a read here, just trying to control out. And still more of this. You can feel the tension from both teams. The Thunderbirds can feel as well that this is crucial. They have to get a goal here. They have to try to stay in this one. You never want to go down 2-0, and that's not what you like to see. They're still alive for now, but the pressure still coming through for the Knights. No one fast to this ball, though, actually will allow a chance to escape. Quick Snail with the fast rotate all the way back. Might not have been the play, but they still are finding some sort of pressure. Valen's taking this one through, looking for the mechanical play. If anyone can do it, it would be him. He can't quite find it, but this is good pressure here. And I really like, they haven't scored another goal. It's still an even game, but I like that the Thunderbirds are showing resilience here, Puggles.
Yeah, and along with the resilience, staying very composed here on the defensive half. Oh no.
No. And
Damn.
the caster's curse, I guess, comes through fruition. Steel with the miss. I think he didn't have much boost there, and the defense just after that one miss, it's tough to pre-jump in front of that one. Both players giving it their all, but oh, that is just heartbreaking. You have to hope that the Thunderbirds can find something quick here.
Yeah, and I was just about to go into what this team is so good at is that they've been finding the counterattacks and they've been dangerously close to going in for this Thunderbirds roster. The Knights defense, they seem to be able to get back just in time, or the shots just off target. So Thunderbirds, they have opportunities, they just need to put them on target.
And I think the Thunderbirds really just need to take a second to breathe. They need to think about every touch that they're hitting and how to capitalize off of it, because I'm pretty sure Steel just had a completely open net there. I don't know if there was someone off to the side that I didn't see, but from my position, it looked like the net was completely open and he just kind of mindlessly hit it against the backboard. Once again, maybe I missaw that, but that's what it looked like to me. And it seems like in general, the Thunderbirds just aren't really thinking about their touches too much. Now they only have a limited amount of time here. Steel trying to send this one out, but there's no one middle for him. The miss comes out from the Knights, but they still have possession. And it's on the Thunderbirds to get this off of them. They won't be able to. And the Knights coast through. I mean, that felt like a game that should have gone to overtime, if anything.
Yeah, it definitely should have. You know, Thunderbirds, they had the one miss touch, or they had the one miss, and that's all that it took there. So now, you know, Thunderbirds, they need to reverse sweep Knights, and if they want to do it, they're gonna have to play just a little bit better on the offensive half here in Game 3. And Knights, they can just keep rolling with what they're going. I mean, it's kind of working, but as soon as Thunderbirds hit the next level up, I'm a little nervous for Knights here, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I'm not quite nervous for them yet. Once I see the Thunderbirds start clanging these in the back of the net, which, for the sake of our series, I would absolutely love to see them start hitting these shots. But for now, I mean, the Thunderbirds have come so close so many times, but everything seems to have been manageable for the Knights other than that one goal. I mean, if you look at the series score right now, we're looking at 7-1 in series score. They have the Brazil series right now in favor of the Knights. It's going to take some collection from the Thunderbirds to try and get here. And it could be even worse when you lose a close game in the fashion like they just did. That can be a real toll on any edge you might have been able to garner. They played well for the majority of it, but like you said, it's just those small mistakes that lead. And here comes LSM looking for the air dribble. Didn't have much boost to finish it off. Quick Snail looking for the double. A good defense on the Thunderbirds' part, keeping that at bay. Steel a little bit awkward there on the goal line. Quick Snail gonna come through, and the pressure from Knights. Once again, too much for the Thunderbirds.
And a great team play here once again from Knights as Quick Snail up to Flip, able to just put it right back down onto Quick Snail. And he just has the most open net that you could ever want from that position. Both defenders jumping at the pass, and insane play there from the Knights once again.
I mean, the Knights there just made Thunderbirds look silly. I'm going to be perfectly honest, especially watching that replay. It was a fantastic play from the Knights. And from the Thunderbirds' perspective, it just looked like there was nothing they could do. I mean, I would chalk that up to a little bit of a positioning issue in the first place to allow the pass to come through. But still, it's the Knights who are capitalizing on every opportunity here. They're recognizing when they have these chances and not letting them go. Finally, maybe something here, but Steel can't get a piece of that ball. Valence looking for the dunk. I don't know how much follow-up he has here. A huge flick over the top of 1, 2. And LSM coming through. The double command in the corner. Could leave some space, but LSM is already back. Once again, I mean, I've said it so many times, but he's just all over the pitch. He seems to be outspeeding everyone, and Thunderbirds just don't know what to do against this roster right now.
I mean, you said it, LSM, he is everywhere, and he is popping off right now. Super speed, but look at this, the Val combo coming in for their second goal of this series for Thunderbirds.
And that's a beautiful double touch. Vel actually pre-jumped that. I guess that's a kind of synergy you get when your names are only one letter off from each other. That was an outrageous play, actually. I had to take a second to look at that one again because I didn't quite believe what I saw when I saw it. That was a beautiful play from the Thunderbirds. So they're managing to put together these beautiful goals every now and then. and they're very nice to look at, but that's still only their second goal in the series. They have to have better scoring output if they really want to take an advantage here. Here comes Steele trying to do just that. It's a little bit wide. I would have liked a touch to the backboard or something that they could have worked with. And now it's Knights back with possession and Quicksnail. I mean, he's someone we haven't really talked about that much, but he has been a menace in these games so far. He has just had an excellent read on everything the Thunderbirds are doing. And it's been really tough for the Thunderbirds to find anything due to these reads that Quicksnail is getting.
Yeah, Quicksnail. Once again, he's getting an assist here, and Quicksnail, he's playing so well, and what a great pass from him. Flip just has to beat one, and Steele, once again, not back in time, and that's kind of been the pattern here, going back to game one, where Thunderbirds, they're overcommitting again and again, and they're just getting capitalized on it every time, and Flip, throw another one on there for him.
And that might just be it. I mean, I don't like to call any game at the 2-minute left mark, but 3-1, the Knights playing this well. Once again, Quicksnail, he's just putting the ball in places where it makes it so easy for his teammates to score or get another pass back, even though that one was a kickoff. I mean, that's the second kickoff in a row that's gone directly in the Knights' favor. You gotta chalk that up to something a little bit more than luck. Hold on. Couldn't quite get the score there, but one member of the team of the Knights is taken out of the equation. Still, Thunderbirds trying to fight back, trying to get anything going. They do realize they're on match point here. They have to find something quickly. They have to find something meaningful. It can't just be another one-off goal. They have to try and consolidate to perfection. Here comes Valence, getting the backboard touch. This could be huge. Vel comes through with the shot. And just as I say it, they manifest it. They will be able to strike back with a nice passing play of their own.
Wow, what a double touch there from Val in the corner. Able to get it right out in front for Val, and Quicksnail, not quite sure what he saw, as it's just going to go in. And Thunderbirds, you said it, merely, they scored pretty goals, but now they're going to need to get one more in order to send this game to overtime.
That was huge for them. They have to try to build momentum off of this. The pass to the center, Valence got a beautiful double touch off that corner, set up perfectly in the midfield, a very difficult play to read if you're in net there. And that was proven by the goal going in the back of the net, but still a minute left and Thunderbirds still trailing. They have to do a little bit more, and that one's off the backboard, almost an open net. Vel gets back just in time. As this ball sent towards the center once again, Snail still remains, putting the ball in beautiful positions for his teammates. The Thunderbirds not able to get out of their half right now. Vel trying to get a touch, but it's a little bit awkward. Steele can't get control. Valence will be able to get a touch to himself. Right, either send this one clear or keep it close. Keeps it close, but it's not quite where you want it to be. That one gonna go on net. More confusion on the goal line, and I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if the Thunderbirds have it in them here, Puggles.
I mean, they still got 30 seconds left. They got the offensive pressure, but this team, it seems like when it gets onto this red half, it just manages to find a way out without it going back into the red net here.
10 seconds now. They only have such a tiny amount of time. The ball head back at their net. Valence can't make the read. That one's almost a double touch, but it doesn't end the game quite yet. This one will bounce. Valence able to keep it up. He's got on top of his car, gets it flicked past one, but LSM is there. He hits it into the midfield. And the Knights, I mean, I don't know if anyone off the bat from the draft was calling these guys one of the best teams in Rivals, but that was a fantastic performance by them. Props to the Thunderbirds trying to fight back there. They almost had it. But the Knights giving us a beautiful series and shutting down the Thunderbirds here.
The Thunderbirds, they kept it close here in the last two games, but you really got to come out strong, start out swinging, and unfortunately, they just could not do that today. And Knights, they take it convincingly. They look absolutely phenomenal, and now, looking to their next matchup, I think they're definitely favorites to take on whoever they play.
Yeah, with that 2-0 advantage now, one of them being Whiteout, which I cannot stress enough is a huge surprise, I think, to a lot of people in the Rival League, as Whiteout was expected to be one of the best teams in all of Rival. That game did go to 5, but they still managed to take the W. They take a convincing win here as well. A 2-0 start is... things are looking pretty good for them, I think. On the other hand, though, the Thunderbirds, if they can just fix some of these it felt like some of the fundamentals just weren't quite there for them. And if they could stop making these kind of one-off mistakes, I think they'll be in a much better place, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree. It didn't really look like they're playing together quite yet. It is still very early in the season, but I mean, the sooner you get meshed together as a team, the sooner you're gonna be winning games. And I think that's one thing that this this Thunderbirds team needs to do is just to play maybe a few more games together, maybe run a few more scrims, or even get a good rank session in. And I think they'll be in a much better spot. But now, looking to their next opponent, they're sitting 1-1 right now, and it's tough when you start to go under 500 in this league here merely.
Yeah, things can go a little bit worse, but it's only the first week of the season. Like you said, they just need a little bit more playtime together. Likely, I think they have three individual really great talents on Thunderbirds, and it's just kind of about just trying to put them together and see how you can utilize each of those individual talents to create the best roster. But so far, 1-1, not a bad score coming out. I expect the Thunderbirds to do well as the Knights here. But with that said, we had a little bit of a short series. We'll have a little bit of a break, 5-10 minutes here. Okay, I am getting word we're trying to get an interview in here. I'm not sure who we'll get, but I mean, I wouldn't mind having an interview either. With how well the Knights played, I want a little bit of insight into this.
Yeah, me too. I mean, the way that they're finding each other out there, it's really amazing. So, being able to ask, what it is behind the scenes that's going on, definitely a big plus when, some of these teams they may not know. And it does look like we have Flip joining the call. How are you doing today, Flip?
Pretty good. Couldn't complain.
Couldn't
Oh,
complain. Absolutely. After sweeping the Thunderbirds roster, one that a lot of people are looking at pretty highly, you guys looked amazing out there. You're able to find each other really easily. Do you mind going into a little bit of detail on how you're able to do that so soon?
Uh, Luck? I don't know. It's kind of. I mean, we just work really well together. Quick is like super super easy to play with, and Ellison's like the fastest player I've ever played with. So it's just I just have to be there. They get the ball to me.
yeah. It seemed like at every corner, Quick Snail, almost every touch he was making was like directly to one of his teammates, either you or LSM. Well, yeah, LSM was just a complete speed demon. Do you think what was your guys like win condition in this game if you had one, or are you just kind of like playing Rocket League, like we just go into this with full confidence and try to get the dub?
I mean, we haven't really like talked about it, but like the way that we play is like super like suffocating. We try to like not allow our opponents to have any opportunities, and
Mhm.
whenever we do get on our own defensive half, we always try to pass out. Um, and our transitions are really good. And so it just leads to like little to no shots allowed. And that's what we I mean, that's what works. And so as long as we have their pressure in their half and we're getting the ball out of our half, it's a recipe for success.
Well, it definitely was the recipe for success in this series, and I think it's a pretty fine recipe as well. And I gotta ask, just going into kind of, I know we're only in week one here. You haven't really had time to play every team yet, but is there one team in particular that you're a little bit scared of, or who you just think will be your biggest challenge in this league?
Uh, I biggest challenge. I mean, a lot of people are saying whiteout. We already know what happened against whiteout, so I mean, not really scared of them no more, especially Tashega. Yeah,
Oh,
but
especially
Ooh,
you're especially
nah,
not scared of Tashega.
nah, definitely not.
All right, all right.
But I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to see Lightspeed. That's the team I was on last season, and apparently it's supposed to be good. So yeah, I want to see Cram.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, best of luck in that. You got anything else to ask our winner for the day here, Puggles?
no, I don't. You guys played amazing today, and I wish you guys the best of luck in your future series.
I appreciate it.
Of course, congratulations once again. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Well, that was Flip, one of the members, and I think he said it best. I mean, he pretty much talked about the same things we were talking about. Quicksnail being a vital member of the role of just getting the ball to teammates, and LSM being so fast on the pitch. I mean, he was just lightning speed zooming around everywhere. It's glad to hear the insight from them as well. Sounds like they have really good coordination in that front as well.
Yeah, they really do, and I'm looking forward to what this Knights roster can do looking forward. But you know what, Merely? I think it's time to get down to the next series here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we will be back at approximately 9:30 EST. We got one more. This time, we're not staying in Rival. Unlucky for you guys who really like the Rival streams, but we're not going full Rival today. We do have a prospect matchup coming up next, Bandits versus the Melons. That should be another fantastic series. You guys definitely won't want to miss it. And yeah, we will be right back after a short break. Take care.